Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Storm with Creative Community Solutions. And as you know, on the press and media end, we get opportunities to meet, greet, connect with some great people doing some wonderful things, whether it's arts and entertainment, college professional sports, government and politics, and community. And today is no different. To make sure to enjoy the full article, make sure to visit our website of acenortonccs.com. Click on the menu for articles and coverage, and you'll go there to read our article. Add us on Creative Community Solutions LLC on Facebook and YouTube to catch our article, as well as all the video on Instagram and Twitter, Ace Norton CCS. And make sure to add us on LinkedIn and Medium, as we've got a great artist, entrepreneur, proponent of the creative and performing arts, Mr. Dee Lucas. Dee, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, performance-wise, and a great project that we're going to get to. But before we get into that, for viewers who are not acquainted with you, which they need to, but for those who are not acquainted with you, give us a point of reference of where you're from, and what would you say was your hook and hold moment regarding music and the creative and performing arts?
Right. Well, I'm from Atlanta. Well, I live in Atlanta, originally from Alabama, but I've been in Atlanta, Georgia for 30 plus years. And I got started in the music business kind of untraditionally. You know, most artists, they start at a very young age through their adolescent period through school. Well, it wasn't until I graduated from college, moved to Atlanta in the late 80s, and that is and going into the early 90s. That's when I worked a 9 to 5, and that's when I really picked up the saxophone and really start to hone in on my craft, because that's something I've always wanted to do as a kid, but I started as an athlete. But I think going through college, and then I found a dormant period in my life, working 9 to 5, and then just coming home every day. I said, you know what, this is the perfect time for me to really hone in on the creative side, because it was always in me, but I started to develop that. And then got into the mid 90s, started developing on the saxophone, the music, getting used to the theory side of things. And then I cut my teeth in a local band in the late 90s in town. Did that for a couple of years, and then I struck out on my own band, Millennial Night. Did that for 2 years, and then it wasn't until 2004 when I decided to do a solo project, and that was my debut record in 2004. And here we are, 10 albums later, man. 2024, man.
Wow, wow. And I tell you what, it's always like fascinating to hear people's journey. Every journey is different. Some people are, quote, conventional,
Yeah,
some are unconventional, but it sounds like you always had it in you,
yeah,
and you just had to find the right time for it to marinate, percolate, what have you.
right.
Speaking to that underlying theme in regards to your performance, I was fortunate to catch your performance last summer. So describe how you bring, quote, that process when you are in studio or performing live.
Well, it's definitely an ingredient of passion and a sense of integrity. Whether it's in the studio or on live performance, my whole objective is to be honest with the music. Be honest, because people are listening, and it's your obligation as an artist to connect with the audience or the listener. Because for me, as an artist, I want to identify with everyday people, because we're all going through things, and you want to give them music, give them a sense of comfort, something that it gives them hope, give them some inspiration. And that is my gift through music to them. Hey, it's never too late. It's always a brighter day. It's stay encouraged, stay in prayer, and stay positive.
Wow, those are tremendous themes, which when I speak with people in music, some of the themes you talked about are some of the themes that they try to bring out. And now, would you say your style is an immersion of, let's say, elements of jazz, R&B, and obviously you mentioned faith, jazz, R&B, and gospel, or would you say, yeah, that's the foundation, but you kind of go where the music takes you?
Yeah, well, it's definitely You know, right now we're currently in the genre called smooth jazz. However, the term continues to change or evolve over the period, over the years and stuff. But I would say my music is more on the contemporary side of jazz, where you have fusion of R&B, pop, smooth, and there's hints of blues or whatever, you know, whatever. But I think from the improvisational side, I think that's where it kind of opens up, and you never know what you. There's no one particular title that you can put onto it, but one thing you know, you feel it when you hear it. You know what I mean? It's a unique sound, and one of the mentors that I kind of gravitated to learning the horn was a couple, Grover Washington Jr., George Howard. Those guys really played with a sense of integrity, passion, and they were all about trying to connect to their listeners and their fan base. And I try to gravitate or try to do the same as well, is to give back. So the music is honest. I really can't put a title on it, but there's a lot of different elements in the music that you hear. And I think as an artist, you never want to put a title on your music because it's limitless. Because as the world evolves, the music needs to evolve.
Wow. And I'm glad you said that because some people, like you said, want to put people in a box or a category, but it's almost like an adage I like to use. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. Like
Mhm.
you can have elements of one genre, but still merge it with others. And it comes back to what you said before, just drawing real connections with people. Having said all that, before we get into the big project that you have going on, walk us through a little bit about your music catalog, where you've performed, and what performances are on the horizon.
Yeah, yeah. Once again, you know, I started my debut solo record in 2004, and that first album was a tribute to George Howard. And that kind of set the tone for me as a recording artist. And basically, what I did as an artist, I always wanted to put or release a project maybe every 2 to 3 years. So that's what I did in '04, '07, 10, 12, 14, 16, all the way through to where we are now. So basically, the records has been consistent, done really well on charts, but it also gave me an outlet. It also opened up a lot of opportunities for the live performance, which has allowed me to perform in a lot of great festivals, a lot of headlining concerts. Some of the festivals that I performed in, the Atlanta Jazz Festival, the Jacksonville Jazz Festival, Burke's Jazz Festival. Those are very large festivals, just to name a few that had great headliners. And I got a chance to actually play on the same bill as artists that I grew up listening to. How cool is that? You know, but also I've been very fortunate to play in nice venues around the country, such as Blue Note in New York, Blue Note in Napa, California, here in Atlanta, St. James. I consider that as a big time of video across, I mean, venue across the country now, because this is where all the artists want to go. So and now it's becoming legendary now. So those are just to name a few of the venues that I perform in, and I will be debuting over in London this year.
Wow, that is an impressive catalog, resume, things along those lines, and definitely need to be commended for, like they said, sometimes it's never too late to get started. And speaking of getting started, you've got this great project that's taking place where your current audience, your new audience can get on board and get involved. So walk us through the nature of the project, some of the moving parts, and how people can lend support to it.
Right. Well, this year marks 20 years as a solo artist. So the tour is called the 20 Tour, and I have a brand new record called 20 that will be out later this year. It's targeted for September, and I've already released one radio single. It's doing really well. But what I have to support the record, the project, the tour, I need the listeners, I need the fans to be a part of it. And I have a support campaign, and it's available on my website. Basically, what it is that the artists, the audience, the listeners, the fans, they can be a part of it. They can make contributions to my record label, ODL Music. And what it does, it supports the infrastructure to support the music campaign. Right now, I'm 50% complete with the record. And I need another 50% to go to complete the record. So that is where fans can dial up, make contributions to the support for the record label. There is no level, no minimum, no maximum, just whatever you decide to contribute. There are incentives by each level. So you're not limited to a max or a minimum on what you want to contribute, just whatever you desire. All of it matters. All of it matters regardless of the amount, because it goes towards production, promotion, marketing, touring, all of that. It matters because as an indie artist, indie record label, it's costly. It's very costly, and we really need your support as indie artists to sustain us as musicians and artists.
Wow. And I'm glad you shared that because, again, when you're independent, you're handling just about everything. And that's what people don't always understand. You have your hand in everything. Walk through with us the website where people can not only find out more about the project, but also what are the best ways for people to add, follow, connect, engage, email you, send you a word of encouragement, or where are you going to be next, all those types of things.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, my official website is deelucas.com. That's DeeLucas.com. And within that website is the support link to support the music campaign. Just click on the support page, and there you can read the information on the campaign, the story behind it, and where we're trying to go with this music. Also within the websites, my live dates, my EPK, my electronic press kit. But more importantly, that's the website, but you can connect with me each and every day on social media. Facebook, my Facebook page is Dee Lucas Sax, DeeLucasSax. Instagram, DeeLucas.sax. Also, you can check out my music through the YouTubes, D1 Lucas. That's where my videos are, but also streaming. My music is available on all the streaming platforms and the download platforms as well.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, I always hear whenever I talk with artists or what have you, dedication to the craft. You clearly are. You're celebrating 20 years. You've got a great campaign where the audience can be a part of it. You've got the upcoming tour. Like you said, you're starting out in London, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, that's going to be my debut, my international debut. It's part of the 20 tour, but yes, that is part of it. It doesn't kick it off because we've already started the 20 tour, but that is my debut international performance.
Wow. So I tell you what, we have to tip our cap to you for your hard work, dedication, honing your skills, your ability to genuinely engage with people. Of course, with the campaign, it's an opportunity for the audience to lend support. So as we get ready to wind down, remind us again, website, social media. Let's start there.
Website, www.deelucas.com, DeeLucas.com. Social media, Facebook. My music page is DeeLucasSax. Instagram, DeeLucas.sax. That's it.
Okay. And the last question or last, closing thought, if people don't remember anything about your evolution in the music, the 20 years, the upcoming performances, campaign of I'll say, creative lessons within music and just life lessons, what's one thing you'd like to leave with us to kind of slide that in our jacket pocket, so to speak?
Absolutely. I'm a testament of this. It's never too late to pursue your passion and let your passion become your purpose. In order to sustain that, you have to hone in on your skill set, work hard every day on it. Also, you can't do this by yourself as well. You can't do anything in life by yourself. It takes a team of some sort to have success. But just be passionate about what you're doing, be honest, and have a purpose, and to help one another.
Well, I tell you what, those are lessons that are transferable not only in music, business, community, but just in life. And I tell you what, I, for one, thank you for taking and making the time, as we said at the very beginning, to catch the full article interview. Visit our website of asnortonccs.com. Click on the menu for articles and coverage. You'll find it there. Creative Community Solutions LLC on Facebook and YouTube. Ace Norton CCS on Instagram, Twitter, and you will also be able to find this on LinkedIn and Medium. So we thank you, Mr. Lucas, for taking time. Obviously, best wishes with the current tour, the upcoming release, your international debut, the current campaign. For people who, if this is your first time connecting with the artist, please do not let this be your last. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, all of you take very good care. Look forward to seeing you real soon.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having me.